Shabbat Shalom and God bless you. It's a good way to start Shabbat. Rabbi Nico is out of town, and it's my honor to be guiding you through our worship service tonight with Gabby and Michael. And we will start this evening with Maya Hayom. I am already on tomorrow morning. Maya Hayom, how beautiful and lovely is this day. Certainly feels like a respite in the week. What page?
Page 128.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 128. 8. Maya Hayom, Shabbat Shalom, Maya Hayom, Shabbat Shalom, Maya Hayom, Shabbat Shalom, Maya Hayom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
While that may have seemed very slow and intentional, it gives us an opportunity to take a deep breath, think about what has happened during our past week, where we were a week ago at this time. It was Shabbat Shuvah. We are now in the Shabbat between Yom Kippur and Sukkot, still in the midst of our holiday season. And we take these 25 hours to break that cycle of work and things we have to do and concentrate on the sanctity of time. And so we usher in the beginning of Shabbat with our candles, bringing light to our souls on page 120. And I would like to ask Anne and Susan to do the blessing for us, and then we will sing it together. If it's your custom to rise, please do so. We first say the blessing.
No, bless.
You can light them. Go ahead.
Amen.
Do you want to sing it?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom. You may be seated. We welcome Shabbat as if she were a bride, and a beloved bride it is, on page 129, Dodi Lee.
Dodi li v'ani lo haroeh b'shoshani. Dodi li mizot todah min hamid
Come, let us sing joyously to Adonai. Raise a shout for our rock and deliverer. Let us come into God's presence with praise. Let us raise a shout for God in song. For Adonai is a great God, the great ruler of all divine beings. Lechu Neranenah, page 130.
Lechu Neranenah, Adonai, Nariah, Letzor Yishenu, Nekadma Fanav, Betoda, Bizmirot, Narihalo, Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruchu Shemo, Basro miyom leyom, Yeshuato, Sapro v'goyim kevodo, Bechol ha'amim niflotav, Ki gadol Adonai, U'me'olam me'od, Norahu, Al kol Elohim yairei, Ki kol Elohei ha'amim elilim, V'Adonai shamayim asa, Hod ve'hadar lefanav, Oz ve'tiferet be'mikdasho, Ailai, 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 Yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz, Yiram hayam, U'melo yanos Adai, V'chol asher bo, Ailai, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Everybody now, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
As I look out at our congregation tonight, I see the opposite of what an Orthodox synagogue would look like. All the men are in the back row. So, being that we are a little more liberal and there aren't that many of us, I'd like to invite you to occupy the front row instead of the back row or the second row so that we can really worship together as a community.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That is nice. There we go. I just looked out and I said, all the men are in the back now. That's too much.
That's better.
So, thank you, Michael. We continue our service on page 134 with Zamru Ladonai.
Zamru Ladonai bechinor, bechinor v'kol zimra, b'chatzotrot v'kol shofar, hariyu lifnei hamelech Adonai, yiram hayom umno, tevel ve'yoshveiva, aidai neharot, imcha chaf, chaf קרומים במי שערים. ירום הים ומלואו, תבל ויושבי בה, עיני נהרות, עמך וכף אף יחד, הרים ירננו, כף יחד, הרים ירננו.
We continue the theme of welcoming Shabbat as a bride with Lecha Dodi, a song, a poem that was composed in the city of Tzfat by Moshe Alkabetz, and we will sing verses 1, 2, 5, 6, and 9. When we get to verse 9, we will stand and face the door as one would when the bride comes walking through the door. Marty, if you had waited just a couple more minutes, you could have been that Shabbat bride, but we're glad you're here. So please join us with Lecha Dodi, page 138.
לך תודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך תודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך תודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי. אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך ניכר. לך תודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לא תבושי ולא תקומי, מה תשכחי ומה תהמי. בך יחסו עניי עמי, ונבנתה יראת תהילה. לך תודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. טוב אמונה עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך תודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. ay ay la 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 ya la la ya la la ay la ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ay la ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ay la ya la la ya la la ya la 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 la. לך תודי לקראת כלה, b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Shabbat Shalom, and you may take a moment now to greet some people you may not know. There might be at least 2 people, if not 3, who you do not know. So Shabbat Shalom to one and all. Okay. We continue our schmoozing after the service. And in the meantime, we turn to a song for Shabbat. Psalm 92 on page 140, Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בחינוך, צדיק כתמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יזכה, שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו, עוד ינובון בשיבה, דשנים רעננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר אדוני, צורי ולא עוולת בו.
We have now completed Kabbalat Shabbat, the receiving of Shabbat, and we enter into the main service for Friday evening, starting on page 146 with the Baruch Hu. Please rise.
ברך הוא את אדוני המבורך,
Be seated. It never ceases to amaze me how the winds know when to start blowing. And today we welcomed, if one can welcome, the winds of October. And I remember a couple of years ago sitting in my office and looking out through the sukkah that was right outside my office and seeing the horrible fires in Anaheim Hills. And here we are again in October on the brink of Sukkot, when we start next week starting to pray for the wind and the rain, and here they are, as clockwork, but it reminds us that God creates all of nature, all that is physically in our world. And so we read at the bottom of page 148 together in the English, recognizing the physical part of our universe. Please join me. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. From the physicalness, the physicality of our universe, to the inner being of who we are, and knowing that we are because of love experienced by God, we think about God's need for us, our need for God, and how they intertwine and become unified. So I invite you to close your eyes, get in touch with that core of your being that is in your heart, and fill your lungs with air, drawing in from the universe, and then returning that air back to the universe. And focusing on all that God is for you, and realizing that all that is, there is so much more. And so together we sing the Shema, knowing that God is one, and we are at one with God.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
We continue with the verses after Shema on page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אמן. אדוני אלוהיכם, אמן.
Continue silently on page 156. When your children witnessed your dominance, they praised your name in gratitude, and they accepted your sovereignty. Moses, Miriam, and all Israel sang to you together, lifting their voices joyously. Michamocha, page 158. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Amen.
As the children of Israel crossed over the sea and went from narrowness to openness, so we have gone through the last 10 to 15 days from narrow places to narrow places, looking for ways to open ourselves. And through all of that, when we emerge, hopefully we find the comfort that the work has brought us, that work of repentance, of teshuvah, of returning to God. And so we ask God one more time at the end or beginning of our day to protect us from all that plagues us in the world and within ourselves. Hashkivenu is that prayer. And so we turn to page 160 and we use a melody that is actually from the liturgy, from Evening of Roses, another beautiful love song, and putting Hashkivenu's words to that melody.
ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלום אחד ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים ועל ירושלים ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתו עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, את הארץ. וביום השביעי, וביום השביעי, שבת בינפש.
Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. We turn to the Tefillah, the Amidah, on page 164. Please rise.
אדוני, שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו, אמרו,
add to the words our prayers, the prayer for healing, those suffering in body and within their souls, those suffering from addictions. If there is someone whose name you would like to mention tonight to bring them into our midst, please do so as we go around the room. Those mentioned out loud and those we hold in our hearts, we join on page 371 in the prayer for healing, the Mishaberach. Be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. Oh, you're leaving? I was going to leave. Okay. You can leave. No. But if you want to sit in a comfy chair, you can. You're okay? Okay. That's fine. Oh, are you still here? September 1959. To Miriam and Linda. I'm quite sure that this is not going to be a masterpiece in reading. But as I sometimes look back at the things that have happened in the few years since you two were born, I do wish that I would have kept some kind of a diary of the things you said and did. Goodness, time is going by so fast, and both of you are growing up so quickly. I'm sure that in later years you both will enjoy reading about yourself and each other. Fast forward 1 month. During the High Holy Days, we all went to temple together, and I hope that eventually both of you will get a close feeling for religion. You know that both Daddy and I are not very religious. By that I mean that we have until now not gone to temple too often. But still, we cannot help but remember what our religion is, and we certainly want both of you to always remember. That's a very important thing to us. To be a good Jew, one does not have to go to temple every week, but one certainly should know a lot about Judaism. I hope that you children will never have to experience it the way we had to. but I do feel that it is important to know a lot about one's religion, and you can be sure that there is a lot more to learn about it than we will ever be able to teach you. These words were part of a document that I found in my mother's dresser after she passed away in 1984. I had no idea that she had typed a diary recording her life as a new American, a new mom, and a 20th century woman. This small excerpt was meant to share her values with her children as a type of ethical will, a type of document going back to the days of our patriarch Jacob. In Genesis, Yaakov gathered his sons, giving each one a blessing, and requesting that they bury him not in Egypt, but in Canaan, in the cave of Machpelah with his ancestors. In this week's Parsha, Ha'azinu, Moses now instructs the Israelites to be a holy people and to teach their children. Moses said to them, "Take to heart all the words by which I am warning you today, that you may command them to your children, that they may be careful to do all the words of this law. For it is no empty word for you, but your very life. And by this word you shall live long in the land that you are going over the Jordan to possess." Here Moses is recording his ethical will too, hoping his extended family will adhere to the teachings he has imparted over the last 40 years. Shirat Moshe, the Song of Moses, opens our Torah portion. On Simchat Torah, when we unroll the entire scroll around our sanctuary, it won't be hard to pick out this section. Rather than it being written in the usual paragraph style, it is laid out in 2 columns as a poem. Set against the style of the Song of the Sea in Exodus, the words of Moses occur at the end of the Israelites' journey through the desert, while Shirat Hayam in Exodus takes place soon after leaving Egypt. Moses has one last chance on this very last day of his life, at the age of 120, to transmit his most important teachings to the people. The tune, chanted in repetitive melody, is simple. The words, however, are powerful. Give ear, which is ha'azinu. Give ear, O heavens, let me speak. Let the earth hear the words I utter. May my discourse come down as the rain, my speech distill as the dew, like showers on young growth, like droplets on the grass. For the name of Adonai I proclaim, give glory to our God. Moses summarizes the themes of the first section in Deuteronomy, the greatness and generosity of God, and the stubbornness and unreliability of the Israelites. The style of writings bring forth vivid images drawing from nature, which is a familiar reference to our ancestors rooted in agriculture. After 47 verses of poetry and song, God calls upon Moses to ascend Mount Nebo, where he will die. He sees the future of his people, the land of Canaan, but does not enter. He has written his Torah, leaving a lasting legacy for all time. As we transition from Yom Kippur to the upcoming festival of Sukkot, may we take time to consider the values that we would want to write as our legacy for future generations. Remembering that tradition teaches that, in fact, the book of life can remain open throughout the week of Sukkot. May we each approach these holy days with the hope that our teachings may be transmitted to our loved ones as a lasting legacy. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. We continue our service on page 586 with the Aleinu. Please rise if you are able.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת קידוש ולא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
You may be seated. We now turn our thoughts to those whose lives have ended on this earth, those who've passed in recent days, as well as those whose memories are more distant. We'll go around the room, and if you are observing a part of the mourning process, we invite you to join us. If you're in the Shiva period, the first 7 days, please rise and share your name. Marty? If you're in the Shloshim period, the first 30 days, please rise. If you're in the cycle of the first year, please rise and share your loved one's name. Marie Van Ralt. If you're observing a Yortzeit this week, please rise. You may rise and join our fellow congregants to support them if it is your custom. And we join our mourners on page 598 with the Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam l'omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kudusha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'amru amen. May the memories of your loved ones be of everlasting memory. May you find comfort in recalling their good deeds. You may be seated. I don't have any information about upcoming events. However, I do know that Sukkot begins Sunday night. And please see the flyers and the information. There was an email. You come prepared. Nicely done. Oh, I see that Sunday morning is the Men's Club annual joke breakfast. Oh, my goodness. That's 4 of you that this applies to, 5. And I hear it's a lot of fun. I've never been allowed in. It's when people say, well, you've done everything at the temple, I say, not true. I've never been involved in Men's Club. So they won't let me in. But not yet. There's hope. So for those of you who this applies to, enjoy. And then in the evening at 6 o'clock, we have 5 o'clock is sukkah decorating. 6 o'clock is our service. And then 7 o'clock there is a potluck. And hopefully the sukkah will be up and decorated that we can enjoy it and that the winds will have died down. Right. And there are other events coming up. Watch your email so that you can participate in all of that. And then, of course, on the 20th, we will enjoy Simchat Torah and RSVP to all these dinners so that we know how many chairs to set up. It's always helpful. Okay. Our closing, we have Shalom Aleichem. Well, yeah, we start with Shalom Aleichem, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to drink some wine after we do Kiddush. And I don't either. Awesome. Well, if we're on the same page, if we're on page 142. Segue. So page 142, please rise and let's make a circle around the Kiddush.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
It's a snake.
Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yibarchuni L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zeitchem L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
You need a hand.
I don't want to spill all over my siddur. Nope, here we are. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher letziyat Mitzrayim, ki banu v'acharta v'otanu kidasha mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodeshecha be'ava u'veratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat l'chaim.
L'chaim, Shalom.
That's good juice. All right. Ta-da. Boop, 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 boop. Someone's got to do it. All right. Potech et yadecha u'maspir lecho kai ratzon, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon. Please help yourselves.
We only got one challah tonight.
That's against the rules. What? It's actually like a Jewish rule to have two challah. Oh.
The reason we have two chalot is because when we were in the desert on Shabbat, God provided us with a double portion of manna. And so we used one of those for Erev Shabbat, Friday night. What? Did I spit on you?
Continue. No, you did not.
And then on Saturday, we used the other challah.
Michael, we need a close. Ki have
gonna
Bina's Nigun, please. Ay, ya, da, 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 da. Ay, la, da, 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 da. Ay, ya, da, 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 da. Ay, ya, ya, da, da, da. Ya, la, da, 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 da. Ay, ya, da, 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 da. Ya, la, da, 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 da. Ay, ya, ya, da, da, da. Ya, la, da, da, ya, da, da. Ay, la, 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 ya, da, da. Ay, la, 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 ya, da, da. Ay, ya, la, da, da, da. Ay, la, 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 ya, da, da. Ay, la, 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 ya, da, da. Ay, la, 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 ya, da, da. Ay, la, ya, la, la, la. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
La, 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 la. Everybody start walking out. La, 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 la.
Head to the oneg. That's